Hi there, Dr. Brian here on Monday, just keeping up to date with you. Start of a new week, 30th of September, last day of the month. Had a beautiful weekend. It was just so lovely, so much like spring, and this evening is quite cold, misty and drizzling, and feels a bit more like winter again. So life is a little unpredictable, and the transition seasons are always a bit wobbly. So as I'm moving through my day and week, I'm just noting that how I feel and how you feel is a product of the input. So we've got food, we've got sleep, we've got exercise, and what we think. Now what we think is super important because it creates the action, and it's really important that we stay on top of our thoughts, because we do want to direct the thoughts rather than have them take us down an alleyway we don't want to be in. So there's a very real concept that the true freedom that we have is to change what we think. We can think whatever we like. No one can make us think anything. It's very easy to think something you hear all the time, but you can choose to think different things. So that is our ultimate freedom, and the perfection of the freedom to choose our own thoughts is we can choose bondage in thought. That's a very interesting prospect. Now, because we know that structure governs function and that everything is in a feedback loop, what we note is that posture is reflected in thought, and thought is reflected in posture. So I'll just say that again. So posture is reflected in thought, and thought is reflected in posture. Now, we are very aware that when you think certain thoughts, you feel a certain way and your body will display it. So depressed looks down, it's slouchy, feeling great, captain hero, superhero is standing tall, chin up. We can use the posture as a lever to shift how we feel. And there are certain skull adjustments that we do that actually will clarify our thinking, because the structure of the skull has a huge impact on the functioning of the brain. The brain is kind of like a jelly inside the hard skull. So it needs, if you like, a freedom of space, and it needs the dura, that membrane bag that the inside the skull that the brain sits in, needs to be neutral in its tension, or it begins to restrict blood flow, CFS flow, and nerve flow, and then we get a change in function. So we know from our vast experience of thousands of people that using the skull as a key, because it is the control room, the brain sits up there, optimizing skull balance has a huge impact on body function. So you can disagree with it, but it's a bit like saying, in my world the earth is flat, and it could be, and you get lots of proof for it if that's your perspective. It doesn't make it round, it doesn't make the earth flat, it actually means that you think it's flat. So we know that from our experience that if we work with a skull balance, we see remarkable changes. So if we use posture as a key, we can help the tension of the neck to change the dynamic of the skull. So as you think about this, you might want to click on the link under this little clip that will take you to the Decode Your Body information port, where you can get access to reports, exercise and drills that will actually do great work for your posture on a daily basis. So I know that posture is super important. I know that the research confirms that it's super important, and you know intrinsically that when you say your posture's not good, you know you don't feel your best. So if we help you have a better posture, you'll feel better. And that's why we wake up each morning, is to feel better. That's the survival instinct. So use this and this information product to help you feel better every day. I look forward to speaking to you soon. All the best. Bye. Click below and click below and download and have some fun with it. Let me know how you get on. All the best.